Hey guys, and welcome back to Franchise Nation. I'm your host, Moonlightswami. Today, I'm bringing you guys a league recap. We're going to go through this one a little bit quickly, just because I don't have a ton of time today, but we are 9-0, which is really, really exciting. I think we're going to be the 1 seed in the NFC. As you can see, we're the only undefeated left. The Packers and the Packers are 7-2. And that's the closest to us in terms of the conference. Let's break it down by division. Cardinals 6-3, 49ers 4-5, Seahawks 3-6, and the Rams 2-7. I want to see what's going on with Wesley Ripkowski. Giants 6-3, Cowboys 2-7. Panthers are 6-3, Falcons 3-6, Bucks 2-7. So our division's a bit light, except for us and the Panthers. In the NFC North, well, the Packers have a 3-game lead over the Vikings and Bears, and 4-game lead over the Lions. AFC West, Chargers 7-1-1, Chiefs 7-2, Raiders 3-4-2, Broncos 3-6, Dolphins, Bills, and Jets at 6-3, and the Patriots are at 3-6. I know a lot of Patriots haters are happy about that. Jaguars 6-3, Texans and Titans 4-5, Colts 3-6, and AFC North, Bengals 6-3 at the top, followed by the Browns, Ravens, and Steelers. Let's take a look at the points for and points against. Points for, we are second behind the Miami Dolphins, led by Colby Ditko, which is still a really high-powered offense. But points allowed, that's where we shine. 136 points. We are the #1 scoring defense in the NFL. Something to consider. Looking at the rest of our schedule, we take on the 6-3 Panthers next week. Then we take on the 2-7 Bucks, the 4-5 Browns, the first-place Cardinals, the 4-5 Bears, I believe, the 2-7-1 Ravens, and then the 6-3 Panthers. Panthers and Cardinals are probably our two biggest obstacles, but the Bears are still a very good defense. But here's the reason that we're 9-0. This is Michael Wong's best season by far. Take a look at what he's been doing over his career, and you can kind of get an idea of what he's doing right now. In 2020, he went 30 touchdowns and 8 picks at 63%. That was his previous best mark. Right now, he has 19 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, but he's been sacked a lot. I mean, 66%, 9.4 yards per attempt. 33 sacks, though. He's already approaching his career high of 39 that he tied last season. That's really scary. Ironic, though, he's been sacked pretty much 39 times every season. So maybe he'll stop getting sacked as much. We'll see. But he also has 3 rushing touchdowns, which is a career high as well. So keep that in mind. Outside of that, Rakkim Blackman, 1,067 yards and 7 touchdowns on the season. Artis Horton's not getting as many touches, but that's almost because of the fact that we're just really, I guess, efficient. You know, Rakiem's not on the field as much, and we're just passing to everybody. Case Locklear leads the team in receptions as Deandre Hopkins was out. He is second, 30 for 373, followed by Rashad Maxey, A.C. Prather, and Earl Hayward. I mean, this is crazy. We have 5 guys with 25 or more receptions. Marcus Mann has 14, Blackman 11, and a bunch of other guys have gotten involved. That's awesome. In terms of sacks, this is where things get a little bit rough. Nichols and Kalu both have allowed their fair share. Hotchty and Ragland too, but Krenzel's only allowed 1. David Krenzel has been one of the best pass-blocking centers ever. After a rough rookie season, I think he's even started at guard. I'm not even positive. I don't remember. But, I mean, look at this. 2 sacks, 0, 1. I mean, this guy's a monster. He's allowed less sacks in his career than Joey Nichols has allowed this season. That's saying something. On to defense. Shad Houston, always so good. Kadeem Mears, Braxton Yates, Wes Pitta, 14 tackles for a loss. Just ahead of Shad, also has 9 sacks. Nichols Shillings, 11 and 9 sacks as well. Rankin, 6.5 sacks on the season. Not bad. Not bad at all. Ace Tracy, 3.5 as well. Interceptions, 1 for Shillings, 1 for Yates, 1 for Ferguson, 1 for Larimore. None for Jocqua Fassitt Sr. They just haven't been testing him as much. Something interesting. Larimore's gotten a lot of targets, and he's held up for the most part. Shillings, though, has 5 forced fumbles. 5. 2 recovered for Pitta. And in terms of safeties, we have none this year. Blocks, we have none, but we have a couple touchdowns. One for Rankins, one for Ace Tracy. In the kicking game, Lutz has missed 2 kicks. Both of them were blocked. 24 for 25 on field goals. Punting, Javier Moran. This looks good. Not too many punts, only 29. Jeez. Punt return, kick return, you know the drill. Let's see how this stacks up, though, in terms of the rest of the NFL. Colby Ditka, 2,900 yards. So more than Michael Wong by about 400. But he has 6 more touchdowns and 5 more interceptions. This is the number that I want to see. Wong is tied for 3rd in touchdowns. But where is he in interceptions? I mean, you can tell that there's not many guys who are in his ballpark in terms of interceptions. Max Boyle, Michael Wong, and Marcus Mariota actually has 1 less. Tyrod Taylor as well. Darren Lane, 9 touchdowns, only 1 pick. So there are some guys who have really limited their turnovers, but still. And who's been sacked the most? Cam Newton and Michael Wong are tied with 33 sacks apiece. That's leading the NFL. That is not ideal at this point in the season. Our offensive line needs to step up. Rakkim, just dominating in terms of yardage. I mean, it's really no competition. Touchdowns, though, Ezekiel Elliott, Keshawn Pouncey, and company. Few guys above him in that department. And that's fine. 6 fumbles for Tyree Lester as well. Yikes. Receiving, Jameel Stubblefield is your number 1, followed by Landry. We shouldn't see a guy from us on the receptions part, but yardage, well, we're not going to see someone there either. We've been too balanced this season. The fact that we lost Deandre Hopkins for a month has definitely impacted that. But there's AC Prather at 21.6 yards per reception. For anyone over, 6 receptions, he's number 1. Mike Corbett's been pretty good for Seattle as a very low option, though. Touchdowns, DeMarcus Wembley, Camden Larimore, Jarvis Landry, etc. Blocking, it's still Randall L., right? Rashawn Randall L., 17 sacks allowed. Poor guy. Poor guy, to say the least. On defense, let's just split things up. DJ McCree, Frank Esponda, Brandon Marshall, Joshua Perry. Tackles for a loss, that's 16 for Watt. Wow. Sacks, that's 10.5 for him, 10 for Bosa. Interceptions, 5 for Devin Edwards, and 5 for Peters, Tavares Peters, linebacker. John Combs leads the NFC. Chad Houston's up there. Tackles for a loss, that is Aaron Donald, followed by Wes Pitta, followed by Linval Joseph. Sacks, it's Mike Daniels, Chris Jones, Wes Pitta, and Nickel Shillings. Jones feasted against us, despite the fact that they did not win that game or get anywhere close. And interceptions, 4 for LaMarcus Gregg, 4 for Trufant, 3 for Taylor Teal, 3 for Haha, 3 for Keekly, and 3 for Michael Vitoito. And lastly, we're going to take a look at the MVP race. It's Colby Ditka, followed by Michael Wong. I don't understand how Ditka could be number 1 in this department. Blackman's up there. I just don't see it. Coach of the Year, we're number 1, obviously. We're undefeated at the moment. But AFC, it's going to be Ditka, Tavares Peters, Christian Hardwick, Taylor Kilmer. I mean, I'm just going to quickly scroll through these. A couple Dolphins, Zach Martin, J.J. Watt, Peters, Devin Edwards, and Chris Boswell. But for the NFC, Wong looks like he's in line for Offensive Player of the Year. Nickel Shillings for defense. Offensive Rookie, we have AC Prather, who hopefully can get that award. Earl Hayward's up there as well. Defense, we don't have any rookie defenders, really. Michael Wong, best quarterback. Best running back, Zeke's above Blackman. I don't agree. Wide receiver, well, Locklear and Prather and company are a little bit lower, but that's understandable. Michael Thomas is up there. Pretty cool. Best O-line, Krenzel, Hotstein, Ragland, and Kalu. There's Joey Nicholas. D-line, there's Sheldon Rankins. Linebacker, Shillings and Pitta. DB, it's understandable. We don't have anybody stand out. And then there's Will Lutz. I did want to see what was going on with Wesley Ripkowski, though. And then we'll wrap it up. Oh, yeah, he's been injured. That's right. Is he still hurt? No, he's back. But they've just been bad. Very bad. It's unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate. But let's just see where we rack up. 5th in offensive yards. We are on the defensive side. We are 1st in defensive yards. We're 1st in points allowed. So we're 5th in offense. Passing yards, I'm sure that's where we're a little bit lower because, yeah. But rushing yards, number 3, points per game. 2nd only to the Dolphins. First downs, well, we don't have that many. Guess we strike a little too quickly. On defense, though, 1st in total yards. Number 1 pass defense. Number 7 rush defense. And fewest points allowed. We have the most sacks, but we don't have as many turnovers as we'd like. Conversions, 3rd down, we are middle of the pack at 50%. Pretty fair. Red zone efficiency, the 2nd most efficient offense, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Middle of the pack in red zone defense, even though we do hold them to more field goals than not. Most defensive field goals allowed, yeah, we're up there. That's a pretty good percentage. 7 field goals of 23 trips and 10 touchdowns. I mean, that's less than half on the touchdowns. That's pretty solid. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Moonlightswami, and I'll be talking to you guys later. The next game in this series will be coming to you guys on Wednesday, and there will be a Hofstra game tomorrow. Peace!